Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. It's Tuesday, August 27th. Um, this sounds like such an old person thing to say, but it feels very much like time just keeps speeding up. I can't believe summer's almost over. School has already started again, and here we go back into our schedule. I'm admittedly a little. I struggle with the season changes and the darkness and the shorter days, and there's definitely a part of me that I'm noticing that is on edge a little bit, which is a sort of a good segue into today's topic, attention training. You've heard this from me before. Whatever wherever our attention goes is what becomes our momentary reality. And I thought this is a good quote by Dan Millman. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. Of course, easier said than done. Dan Millman is an author. He wrote his big. It was I think it was called The Way of the Spiritual Warrior back in, I want to say, the early '80s. Wonderful book. If you've never read it, check it out. But this idea, and again, it's not a new concept. It's not like he created this. Oh, thank you. Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Yeah, this idea of spirituality or our spiritual evolution being akin to a kind of warriorship, right? Because it it requires a resilience and a steadfastness and a an ongoing deliberateness to build up this capacity to be with what at times is a really hard experience, meaning life. Um, anyway, so this I'm realizing the theme is thoughts. So here we go in terms of attention training. So this idea of it's not about trying to control the thoughts or making them what we want them to be, but rather about being able to just notice them and be with them in such a way that they're not controlling us. So I'll give you two bookends here of this continuum. The first one is when we notice that we're having a stressful thought or a sad thought or something that just feels triggering and overwhelming, is acceptance. We practice this here all the time. We practiced it yesterday, just breathing, being with, allowing it to have its life, realizing it's actually not personal. This is just one of literally tens of thousands of experiences that we are happen, that we're noticing in this moment. Easier said than done, though, right? Being with these depressive, anxious, stressful thoughts can be really tricky. On the flip side is something that is a little bit contentious, but it's the idea of the redirect. So, I'm sure many of you have gotten to that point in a conversation with someone else. It's stressful, and you just get to this impasse, and you're out. They're out of anything new to say. You're out of anything new to say. So, at some point, there's wisdom in just saying, "Okay, let's do something else. You go take care of yourself. I'll go for a walk." This is akin to a kind of redirect. So, do something different. So if you find yourself stuck with ruminations or anxiety or panicky feelings, step number one might be to just, okay, this is what it is, just accept it. This next smart move might actually be to say, let me shift my attention. Let me go fold the laundry. Let me clean out the dishwasher. Let me go for a walk. Let me do something other than perseverate and engage with this stressful thought. The tricky thing here is that if we're not careful, that can also result in avoidance or suppression or repression and just not dealing with what's actually happening. And again, this is where these nuances of this process are really pertinent. It's not always easy to know when we're doing what. So the best I can offer is being cognizant of, is this me just being avoidant and not dealing with it, or is this actually a healthy redirect right now? So I thought, let's spend today practicing that. These two sort of bouncing back and forth intentionally between acceptance and then redirecting, and just let's try it out and see how that goes. So start by closing our eyes. And as always, start with just dropping into right here, right now, the beautiful simplicity to this moment. No matter what happened this morning, this is a new moment. And no matter what will come this afternoon, this moment stands on its own right here, right now. And we're sitting together, noticing the body breathing, and taking a quick inventory of the mind. Is the mind busy right now? Lots of thoughts, lots of activity. Does it feel kind of calm and still? There's no right or wrong or good or bad in this. It's just noticing how the body and how the mind are right now. And in the spirit of practicing and strengthening our skill set here, I want you to bring to mind a mildly uncomfortable experience that you've had with someone recently. Something along the lines of someone taking your parking space or being unfriendly at the grocery store, something relatively mild. Just drop back into that memory and see if you can connect with the thoughts that were going through your mind. Thoughts are oftentimes visual, there's imagery, oftentimes they're verbal. There's statements like, I can't believe this guy is doing this, what a jerk, that kind of stuff. See if you can just recall that in your memory. And my guess is there's a general sense of dis-ease that you feel in the body when we come into conflict with others, even if it's just mild conflict or disagreement. Our body lets us know pretty quickly. So feel into that as well. Notice your hands, your belly, your chest, your jaw. Now let's practice taking a hold of this situation a little bit. So I want you to imagine activating your acceptance skills, your capacity for being in the situation, seeing this other person, feeling what you're feeling or sensing what you're sensing in the body, and just be with it. You don't have to react to it. You don't have to retort. You don't have to run away. You don't have to subjugate yourself to their energy. Just be with what's happening. Just to be clear, acceptance is not condoning. It's not being a doormat and just saying, "Oh, I have to accept this person being this way." Acceptance is just getting real with reality. They are in fact saying these things. You are in fact feeling and sensing this is actually happening, and it's okay. Acceptance takes on a new meaning. And now let's shift to the redirect. So we could stay in acceptance, and or we can also redirect our attention to a whole bunch of different things about the situation. We can redirect our attention to a more compassionate viewpoint, so looking at them through a lens of compassion, realizing that they don't have control over their thoughts, they don't have control over their emotions. They're just doing what they think or feels best to them in this moment. You can redirect your attention to your chest. For me, my power lives in my chest, so behind my solar plexus in my rib cage. Redirect your attention there. So while they're doing or saying whatever they're doing, redirect your attention to this, your center, your core, and notice how powerful, strong, or capable that part of you is, and feel it. You can also redirect your attention to the creative side of you, which probably is in your mind or connected certainly with your heart center and your head center. Just imagine sort of looking at the situation and saying, okay, what could I do here that would be different than what I've been doing? How can I get creative and bring more kindness and compassion to this situation? And no pressure. You may not find anything that feels really helpful. It's okay. In which case we can go back to acceptance, to sort of reorient ourselves to direct contact with reality. Just, oh, here I am. This is happening. I'm doing the best I can to stay kind, protect myself, be boundaried. My hope is that just bringing these two bookends to awareness help you make decisions or be in those situations in a way that feels satisfying. So again, just first, this acceptance, this is happening, dropping the any sense of incredulity or outrage. Here it is. This is what's going on. And then making a choice as to where do I want to focus my energy? Where do I want my attention to go? And being clear. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Relaxing the shoulders and the belly and the hands. And then hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Come on back to the session. We're a little over time, so quick reminder. Tonight, community integration group with Brenda. If you've never partaken in that, that's worth checking out. She's wonderful and a really wonderful human being, very skilled facilitator, and that's tonight at 6:30. Just citclinics.com/integration, and you can find the link. Otherwise, I'll stick around for a few more minutes and hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Oli, I want to interject that acceptance is not agreement.
Nice. Thank you. I agree. Yes, acceptance, right? In the way that if anyone's still here listening, yeah, acceptance is not condoning or acquiescing in any way. It's a sort of a higher level of just dropping into, oh, this is what's happening right now. I'm actually engaging with reality rather than being fixated on this shouldn't be happening and how dare they and how could they, right? It's really shifting that that narrative and just saying,